Hi everybody, and welcome again to ZCode Sports System. Here we developed automated systems to help you win big. It doesn't matter what sport you're betting on, we've got you covered. So we got some NFL action for October the 5th. Before we get into those games, I want to invite you to join. You'll have access here to the VIP Club section, which has all these tools, a lot of great tabs here. And then as you go down through the games, you'll see all great things that will help you make your picks. Okay, so let's get into some of the games. We're going to take a look at 4 games. Again, it's a full slate of games for this week. We're going to take a look at 4 that I feel are going to be some of the most intriguing ones to pick. Of course, you can take a look at any of these games at your leisure. So let's take a look at some of these games. Scroll down through here a bit. You see a lot of information here. Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. You see coming in here, Houston is average, 1-3 over their first 4, and you can see Baltimore averaged down, also 1-3 over their first 4, both underperforming so far this year. Houston is a road favorite by 1.5 points, odds of 1.73 to 2.10, and the over/under is sitting at 40.5. You see, it's a 5-star pick for the over. That's a pretty good chance here at 67%. Even though what's interesting here is that the teams are trending in games opposite sides of the line. You see Houston every game this year has been under, and Baltimore every game this year has been over. So that's kind of intriguing. Let's see. We got Houston, Texas spread line, 72% chance to cover the spread. If we take a look at the power ranks indicator, you can see that is Houston +10, Baltimore +5 at the moment. Head-to-head matchup that they played last year on Christmas Day, and it was Baltimore in a blowout 31-2 over Houston, who was the home team. Let's take a look at a couple other things here. Right now, I'm going to take a look at the let's see, scoring differential. The Ravens are -2 scoring differential, while the Texans are +13. Let's take a look at the line movements. Here's the money line. This was the Houston Texans money line opened at here was 4.75, and you can see it was a huge change. Look at this change in the money line to 1.73. So I mean, Houston is the favorite, but you can see there's there's some big movements here. Sharp move detected in favor of Houston right here. So we're going to look at this game here, and I think this is going to be a reverse of last year where Baltimore won. This is going to be a Houston win in a game over the line. The next game we want to take a look at is, okay, let's go down through here. It's coming up. Tampa Bay and Seattle. Tampa Bay came off their first loss of the year against the Eagles. They are average status and 3-1 on the year. Seattle burning hot after losing their first game to the 49ers, have won their last 3. If we take a look at a couple things here, Seattle is a 3.5-point home favorite with odds of 1.57 to 2.38. The over/under sitting at 45.5. And again, this is a good chance to bet the over. 80% chance, 5-star pick to bet the over. 100% winning rate predicting the last 6 Seattle Seahawks games. And Seattle has won all their games as a favorite in the last 5. On the power ranks indicator, Seattle has overtaken Tampa Bay at the moment, +26 to +20. If you take a look at the head-to-head matchup, they haven't played in a few years, so that's really irrelevant for this game. The stability factor, the team that is more consistently playing compared to the favorite underdog status is Tampa Bay at +2 compared to 0 for Seattle. If you take a look at the the scoring differential, it is Seattle at 44-0, so there's a big scoring differential edge for Seattle. Let's take a look at the money line. And the money line is showing here, it opened at 1.8. You can see there was a sharp move detected in favor of Seattle, and it's currently at 1.571. This is a Seattle line, and I like the Seattle Seahawks to win this one in a game over the line. Okay, the next one we want to look at is going to be Washington and the Chargers. Washington coming in ice cold down, losers of 2 out of their last 3, and the Chargers coming in average down, losing their first game last week after winning their first 3. You can see the trends are on opposite sides of the line. The Chargers come in as a 2.5-point home favorite, odds of 1.62 to 2.25. Over under is sitting at 47.5. And again, another 5-star pick. This one is for betting the under at 92%. Okay, so let's take a look at the power ranks indicator. And the Chargers at plus 25. You see Washington taking a deep dip here. They were at 18, and now they are down to, okay, I just lost it. And they are down to plus 9 right there. Head to head, this doesn't make much of a difference right now at all. Actually, no difference because they haven't played since 2021. Let's look at the stability factor. Again, this is a good indication how consistent the teams are playing with regard to their favored underdog status. Washington more consistent at plus 3. If we look at a couple other things, a big home and field advantage for the Chargers, 2-0 at home, while the Commanders are 0-2 on the road. So that's an interesting thing there. It's a pretty big advantage. The money line, this is the Chargers money line opened at 1.621. You can see there's been some movement. Not a lot of big movements, just a little bit of movement. And right now it's back to where it started at 1.621. So in the end, I do like this one to be a Chargers win. Mainly the home field advantage right now. Let's go with the Chargers in a game over the line. And the last game we want to look at is an AFC East battle, the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills. New England off to a pretty decent start at 2-2, but Buffalo won the 2 undefeated teams in the league at 4-0. And you see they are big home favorites of 8.5 points, odds of 1.25 to 3.75. The over/under sitting at 49.5. And again, here's another 5-star pick for betting the over at 90%. And you can see here's an 86% chance for Buffalo here in this game. Buffalo has won their last 5 as a favorite. The teams are trending in games over the line. And you can see Buffalo is a 4-star game-winning pick. Everything is pointing in terms of Buffalo here. It's not really that big of a surprise with the way things are going this year. Interestingly enough, last year the teams split the games. So New England was competitive last year. If we look at the power ranks indicator, Buffalo at plus 30, New England at plus 16. If you take a look at the money line, it opened at 1.14. You can see there's a sharp move detected against Buffalo on the 30th, and then again there's a sharp move the day later in favor of Buffalo. And in the end here, the line is at 1.25. Again, it's a big favorite, more than a touchdown favorite. I don't think there's going to be much of a contest here. I think Buffalo wins this by double digits in a game over the line. Okay, there you have it. Those are the 4 games that I wanted to look at for the NFL for October 5th. Happy betting and see you next time.